All right, yes. Please. So we're gonna start, right? So I'm gonna ask you, right? I'm gonna tell you whatever verb, right? Te voy a decir entonces cualquier verbo al azar y tienes que decirme sus tres tiempos, right? Por lo general siempre empezamos por el verbo en su forma base, luego por el pasado y luego el participio, right?
Sí, ajá.
All right, so here I go. Voy a decir, por ejemplo, arise y me dices arise, arose, arising. Directamente, ¿sí?
Ajá. Los
All right,
tres,
so,
te digo, o los dos.
yes. Los tres, porque claro, es parte del aprendizaje. Sé que suena redundante, pero es parte de, right? Así que me vas a decir la forma base, arise, el pasado y el participio. Sus tres formas completas, right?
Ya.
All right, so let's see. Forgive.
Forgive. Eso no es el participio, forgiven.
Forgave.
Forgave.
Te vas a dar cuenta, Dani, hay algunos verbos que, gracias al cielo, tienen cierta similitud con otros verbos. Es decir, este forgive es similar al give, solo a give, right? Entonces,
give, gave, given.
Exactamente. Forgive, forgave, forgiven. Give, gave, give.
Ya, buen
right?
dato.
Sí, te vas a acordar y vas a con varios verbos, right? So, become.
Become, became, become.
Very good. Build.
Feel, ¿qué has dicho?
Build.
¿De sentir?
No, build.
Deal. Uy, no tengo idea. Con T, creo. Build.
Yes, build. La pronunciación.
Los dos con T.
Right? Exactamente. La forma base, build. No estoy diciendo build, right? Es build, su forma base, build, right?
Ya, super.
Choose.
Choose, chose, chosen.
Come.
Come, came, come.
Lo mismo que es el mismo verbo, te vas a dar cuenta que become, right? Become, became, become. Cut.
Cat.
Very good. Do.
Do, did, done.
Lose.
Lose.
Yes.
Lost.
Very good. Lose, lost. Mean.
Mint, con T. Mint.
Yes, mint. Right. Mint. Can you repeat it, please?
Mint.
Thank you. Read.
Red.
Pay.
Gave.
Pay. With P.
De pay, de pagar.
Yes.
Paid, creo.
Very good. Yes, that's the correct one, right? Paid, right?
Write, wrote, written.
Thank you. Very good. Rise.
No. Rise, rose, risen, igual que rise.
Yes. Thank you. Rise, rose. And what is the last, the other one? Can you repeat it, please?
Rise, rose, rosen.
Thank you. Run.
Run, igual, run, con A.
How is the pronunciation?
Run, no sé, run.
Right, we have with you, right? Run,
Uh-huh.
run, right? Es decir, la A está un poquito más pronunciada, right?
Ya.
En realidad, la primera que que sería con U, es como run, como que cerrada, right? Run. No digo run, porque si ya digo run es el pasado, right? Es run, run, run.
Yeah, super.
Can you repeat it, please?
Run, run, run.
Thank you. See?
See, saw, seen.
Thank you. Think?
Think, thought, thought.
Understand?
Understood, understood.
Wait?
Wait,
Yes, wake.
wake, de wake up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wake, woke, walk, walk,
Wake,
wake,
walk,
wake,
walking.
walk, walking. Eso.
Where?
Where, wore, worn.
Thank you. Sleep?
Slept, slept.
Thank you. Smell?
Smelled, you smelled.
Thank you. Speak?
Spoke, spoken.
Thank you. Strike?
Strike.
Yes, strike.
No sé esa.
Strike, do you know the meaning of it?
Es como pelea, puede ser.
Yes, yes, could be like a fight when, you know, in La Paz, there is always, people are always struck, right? Como que en huelga, right? También puede ser como pelea también, right? Puede ser como paro, sí, paro.
Ajá.
Paro, sí, right? So, what else? Sweep?
¿Perdón?
Sweep?
Slept.
Sweep?
Ah, de sweep.
Yes, yes,
No
like,
sé.
I'm gonna sweep my room, right? Do you get it? I'm gonna sweep my house because it's very dirty.
Limpiar.
Yeah,
Barrer.
something like that. Yes, yes, you get it, right? Sweep. It's in the chat,
Yeah.
right? Sweep, swept, swept. Este es similar a qué verbo hemos visto. Whip, right? No te pregunté, pero es similar a whip, right? Algunos verbos, como te he dicho, son similares, right? Weep es un sinónimo de como de lamentarse por algo, como llorar, right? Es similar a cry, right? Este weep tiene algunas similitudes, te voy a escribir en el chat, right? Oh, ya te lo escribí. Ah, no, pero ese es sweep. Este es, el primero con ese es sweep, right? Sweep, swept, swept. Weep, wept, wept, right? El primero es barrer y el segundo es llorar.
Ah, llorar.
Como llorar. Sinónimo de llorar. Right?
Super.
Right?
¿Perdón?
Right?
De escribir. Right?
Yes, right.
Wrote, written.
Yes, thank you. Right, wrote, written. Thank you. And drive?
Drive.
Yes.
De manejar.
Yes.
Drive, drove, driven.
All right, thank you. Draw?
Draw, de dibujar.
Yes.
Draw, drew, drawn.
Very good, thank you. Draw, drew, drawn. Learn?
Uy. Conté, learned.
Yes,
Learn.
yes, thank you. Learned, learned, learned. I've learned. I'm learning, right? Leave?
¿Qué cosa?
Leave?
Leave.
I'm leaving my house because I had a fight with my mom, for example.
Ay, yeah. Uy, no sé. Left.
Very good, thank you. Let?
Let.
Thank you. Hold,
Hold.
hold on, hold.
Ajá. No, no sé.
Held, held,
¿Verdad?
right? Grow,
Grow, grew, grown.
very good. That the pronunciation of that verb is similar to draw, drew, drown, right?
Ujú.
Drink,
Drink, drank. ¿Cómo era? Con A y la otra es con U.
yes, the pronunciation.
Sería drank, drunk.
Drink, drank, drunk. Como que con O, la U es O.
Ajá.
La
Y la
A,
A, ya.
y la I normal, drink, right?
Ujú.
All right, thank you, Danny. It was a good practice. We're gonna continue. Please don't forget to review one more time, please, right?
Ya, sí, sí, sí.
All right, thank you. Now we're gonna continue practicing our vocabulary, and I'm gonna share my screen again. All right, can you see it?
Yes, ajá.
All right, so we have some words, right? Georges, thoroughly, daughter, challenge, enhance, variety, influence, effect, whistle, throughout, adjective, island, appliance, shrimp, refrigerator, scissors, cup, top, throw, praise, free, trade, vocabulary, psychologist, genuine, right? So you're gonna read the whole words, right?
O sea, la oración entera.
No. Only the word.
Ah, ya.
You know.
Georgios. Puta, esta no puedo. Thoroughly.
Yes.
Daughter. Challenge. Enhance. Esa, enhance, no se pronuncia la segunda N.
Enhance.
Ya. Enhance. Variety. Influence. Effect. Whistle. Throughout o throughout.
Throughout.
¿Con O?
Yes. En realidad es como
Throughout.
racism has been a global issue throughout. Es como una O con la U, pero más se pronuncia la U, o sea, acá el sonido es la U, right? No es como que throw, right? Es como throughout. The next one?
Adjective, island, appliance, shrimp, refrigerator,
Yes.
scissors, cough,
Yes.
dough,
Thank you.
through o throw.
True. Esta de acá, la 43, es dough, right? Y esta, como ya tiene una R, es, our friends are going through a difficult divorce, right? Sí o sí tiene que pronunciarla dough, right?
Praise, free, trade, vocabulary, psychologist, genuine.
Thank you. Do you have any question maybe?
¿Qué es praise?
Where is it?
45.
All right, praise, we have offering generic praise like good job. Oh, praise is like kind of how can I say? For example, when we are gonna apply, we're gonna go to the grocery store and you want to buy some meat, they use a kind of this material. Well, no, it's not this one. It's like this one. Right? It's about Laos, maybe. right? It depends on the context, of course, right? Do you get it?
Yeah.
All right, that could be the meaning, right? Podemos tener, puede ser dependiendo del contexto, right? En este caso podría significar offering generic praise like good job. Como que están ofreciendo, es una expresión, right? De aprobar algo, right? Offering generic praise like good job. Su significa, o sea, su traducción en sí sería como alabar algo, pero dependiendo del contexto. Por ejemplo, acá puede significar como alguna expresión de aprobar, right? Así que depende del contexto, pero eso podría ser su significado más pronto, right?
Yeah.
Do you get it? All right, thank you. Maybe another one?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Let's continue. Well, now we're going to start with the class of today. Right, we're going to continue practicing. I'm sorry, give me a second. It is loading. All right, so do you remember until what part we stopped?
Ahorita te digo.
Please.
In better question.
All right, yes, we stop in that part. So until that lesson, is everything clear?
Sí. Todo claro.
All right, thank you. So let's start. So I'm gonna share my screen. 1 second, please. All right, so today's lesson, right, the first lesson, it's about participial adjectives, right? So this is very, very easy to understand, right? It's a refresh because I guess we saw it before, right? So can you see my screen? All right, let's listen to this audio, please.
Hi, today we're going to review an interesting topic, participial adjectives. Are you interested in finding out about them? Interesting and interested are two examples of participial adjectives. Let's talk about when to use them.
All right, so we have interested, interesting. Do you know what is the difference, Dani?
Interested es como algo interesante. No, mentira. Yo estoy interesado en algo. Y interesting es algo interesante.
Yes, that's basically the whole information, right? That's everything. That's all. I mean, right? So let's listen one more time this audio, right? Because I guess we saw this in first. I don't remember. It was in purple book, right? But let's listen.
Participial adjectives end in ed and ing. They usually describe feelings or reactions, but the two forms have different meanings.
Examples of participial adjectives are bored and boring.
All right. So we have these examples, right? Bored and boring, right? The only thing that we have to do in this case is to add ing or ed, right? Well, in this case, it helps us to describe feelings or reactions, right? But of course, it depends on what context I'm going to talk about, but because it has a different meaning, right? So in this case, we have bored and bored because the movie was boring, right? So let's continue.
We use ed adjectives to talk about how someone feels. I'm not surprised. In the example, Amy is talking about how she feels.
All right. So the use of ed, right? I mean, we know that this is an adjective, right? This is an adjective, surprise. But as we have the letter E, it's not necessary to add again ET, right? So in this case, the only thing that we have to do is only to add D, right? So I'm not surprised, right? it could be incorrect if I'm gonna say I'm not surprising, right? Because the use of ed in my adjective, right, means how someone feels, right? So I'm not surprised. It's the most correct context because we're talking about how in this case it could be Amy, right? That she's not surprised. Even if I'm gonna talk in third person, right? I'm gonna use ed only to show how someone feels, right?
Super.
Thank you. Let's continue with this third point.
We use ing adjectives to talk about someone or something that causes a feeling or reaction.
I saw Madonna. It was so exciting.
In the example, Jackie is talking about how seeing Madonna in a restaurant caused a reaction in her. Seeing Madonna was exciting. As a result, Jackie felt excited.
All right. So the use of ing, I mean, when I'm gonna add ing to my adjective, right? It's something that causes a feeling or reaction, right? It's not the same because I had a student, right, that he wrote in his quiz. It was so excited, right? But the difference is that with ed, I'm going to express how someone feels directly, right? ing, how someone or something causes a feeling or reaction. That's the difference, right? We have to take care in that part because sometimes it's a little bit confusing, right? So I saw Madonna. It was so exciting. I'm talking about, in this case, I'm going to talk if I was a person like that I saw Madonna, right? So in this case, I'm using it was so exciting because it was a feeling, right? About Madonna, right? It was a reaction though. It was so exciting. I'm talking about the I don't know, the Madonna show could be, right? Do you get it, Dani?
Yes, Bel.
All right, I guess we saw this before, right?
Sí.
Yes, as I told you, this is a refresh, right? Como ya casi estamos acabando, en realidad es como un resumen de todo lo que hemos visto, right? Así que no te sorprendas si es que continuamos viendo temas que ya habíamos visto, right?
Super.
All right, thank you. So now let's practice a little bit. I'm gonna share my screen, right? So once you can see, please let me know.
Ya está.
All right, thank you. Give me a second. All right. Can you please read the instruction?
Complete the theater
Yes.
review. Click on the box and choose the correct answer.
All right.
Last night I went to the, ¿cómo se dice? Theater.
Yes, theater. Es con una Z. No es theater, es theater. Right?
Theater. Yeah. I saw a very
Give me a second.
interesting play called The Ticket.
Interesting play.
The story is both. The Ticket. The story is both amusing no. A ver. Sí está bien. And moving. I laughed and cried. The actors are excellent and even do some improvisation. As an actor myself, I was truly inspired. I have just one complaint about the ticket. Although I was never bored. I was annoyed that there was no intermission. 3 hours without a break is too long. I'm sure it's exhausted. For the 2 actors who are on stage the whole time. But apart from that one, irritating fact, the play is wonderful. If you want an entertaining sí, está bien. Get a ticket for the ticket. You won't be disappointed.
All right, thank you. Is there anything that maybe you want to modify before to submit?
No.
All
No
right,
estoy
let's
segura,
see.
pero a ver.
Let's see. Yes, you only had one mistake, right? I'm sure it is exhausting because I'm talking about the situation, it, right? Do you get it?
Sí.
Right? I'm sure it could be exhausted if I don't have the object it, right? And without this, right? Podría ser tal vez si es que no tuviéramos el objeto it, right? Si te pones a pensar, pues, I'm exhausted, right? I'm sure, sí, incluso quitando el sure porque no tendría contexto, no tendría sentido ponerlo ahí, right? Entonces, en ese caso sí, pero como tengo el it que está haciendo referencia a 3 hours of break, without break is so long, I'm sure it is, está hablando del tiempo que ha trabajado, right? Bueno, no que ha trabajado, que estaba en el teatro, right?
Yeah.
All right, do you have maybe any question?
No.
All right, thank you. Let's continue
claro.
with the next one. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen again. So once you can see, please let me know.
Ya está.
All right, thank you. So can you please read the instruction?
Complete each student comment. Change the verb in parentheses into participle adjective. Type the correct form of the word into the blank. Professor Roberts' classes are always interesting.
All right, give me a second. Interesting.
At the end of the day, I'm always tired. But Professor Roberts' classes wakes me up. He's never bored. Okay, so sí. I'm very satisfied. I'm very satisfied with Professor Roberts' ability to explain things clearly. I've learned a lot in his class. Improvisation is very exciting. You never know what's going to happen next. I've never been so inspired in a class before. Professor Roberts makes me want to do my very best work. I love this acting class. The teacher is amazing. He knows so much about the theater. I recommend Professor Roberts' class to all the students who are interested in an acting career.
Interested in acting career. Let's see how is everything. And you had two mistakes. I mean, oh no, one. And wait, I don't know how that person made the
It's never
computation, the puntuation, the score. I mean, he's never bored, right? So in this case, this sentence talks about how someone causes, but you told me already, let's see, bored, right? He's never boring, right? That was the correct option because that's a reaction, right? Es una reacción de realidad, right? Que causan los estudiantes, así que por eso utilizamos el ing, right? No estamos hablando directamente de cómo es que se siente él, right?
Yeah.
He's never boring, right?
Super,
All right, thank you. You only had two mistakes. That's a good grade. So, all right. So we're almost at the end, right, of module A, right? Ya estamos casi finalizando. En realidad ya esta es la última, se divide por módulos, módulo A, B, C. Ya estamos acabando el módulo A, right? Esta sería nuestra última lección, si no estoy mal. Participamos, yes, de hecho, sí, ya hemos acabado, right? Así que te voy a terminar de asignar el examen, por favor, ¿sí?
Ya.
Ok, sí, no, a ver, espérame un ratito. Sí, no, nos falta, a ver, 1, 2, sí, la vamos a acabar. Ya vamos a terminar la 3. Sería sí, ideal. Perfecto, si nos va a dar el tiempo cabalito para acabar todo. Right. Ahora vamos a continuar con nuestra segunda lección del día de hoy, Dani. Nuevamente es un review, right? This is a review of everything, and we're going to continue looking for the models, right? So we have models of possibility and probability, right? So let's listen this short audio.
Hello. Today we're going to talk about modals of possibility and probability. I'm sure that you must use some of these already, but you might not know everything about them. Let's take a look at them.
All right, most you might not know. So let's see, what do we have in this first point?
We use modals of possibility and probability to talk about things that we think are possibly or probably true. I might be a little late. If I am, please start without me.
Valentino's must be a popular restaurant. It's sometimes hard to get a reservation.
All right, so we have in this first point the use of might and must, right? We know that the base form of the structure, I mean, of the models, it's always the model and the verb in its base form, right? So in this case, we're going to look for models of possibility and probability, right? So we're going to use them to talk about things that we think that are possibly or probably true, right? So I might be a little late. If I am, please start without me. For example, today I thought, right, that I thought that I was gonna came back home a little bit late, right? So if that was, for example, if I could do it, right? If that could be the case, I could say, hi, Danny, I might be a little late. If I am, please continue practicing the activities we have in person, right? So when I say I might be a little late, right, it's a possible way, right? It's that's something that it's almost sure, right? Something true, right? Entonces cuando utilizo el might hay cierta probabilidad. Entonces yo hoy día te podría haber dicho, podría estaré un poco tarde, right? I might be a little late. Puede que esté un poco tarde, puede ser su traducción, right? No hay una traducción específica para todos los modales porque pasa de que dependiendo del contexto y la probabilidad cambia, right? Así que esa podría ser su próxima traducción. Más allá de eso, si yo te diría, hey, Dani, I might be a little late there's a traffic, I'm stuck in the traffic, right? So it means that it's possibly that I'm gonna be late to the class,
Mhm.
right? So I have Valentina's must be a popular restaurant, right? It's sometimes hard to get a reservation. In this case, I didn't go to Valentina's restaurant, right? But because I saw on the news, I saw in a lot of sources, I don't know, right? I looked for it. I always saw that there's a lot of people there, right? So that's the reason of why I use must, because I'm almost sure, right? It's probably true, right?
Super. Ajá.
All right, thank you. Let's continue with point number 2, please.
Must expresses a probability. We use must when we're almost 100% sure that something is true.
I've got to go. It must be time for my class.
In the example, Jackie is almost sure that her class is ready to begin.
All right, we have the use of must, right? Must, it's when we're almost 100% sure. Es el más fuerte de los modales, es el que indica más probabilidad de algo, right? Si yo digo Valentino's must be popular, es que estoy casi 100% segura. La única diferencia es que no he ido. Y si voy, estoy casi 100% segura de que voy a estar satisfecha con ello, right? Es decir, indica una probabilidad que casi estamos seguros, right? So I've got to go. It must be time for my class, right? In the example, Jackie's almost sure that her class is ready to begin, right? So, una vez más, el uso del must de este modal es el más fuerte e indica que estás casi 100% segura de algo. ¿Por qué decimos casi y no estamos 100% seguras? Porque no hemos pasado por dicha situación, right? Por eso es que acá tenemos Valentina's must be popular restaurant, right? No he ido a Valentina's, no sé cómo será, pero puede de que sí, porque veo harta gente. I've got to go. It must be time for my class. Supongamos que yo estoy en el patio y veo la hora y ya estoy casi 100% segura de que ya empezó mi clase, ya va a empezar. Right?
Ya. Ujú.
All right, let's continue.
May, might, and could express a possibility. We use may, might, and could when we're less sure that something is true. I don't think Professor Roberts is from the United States. I think he said he came here when he was a teenager.
He may be Canadian.
He might come from Australia. He could be British.
All right, so we have the other models, right? Because we're almost at the end of these models. We have the use of may, might, could, right? Esos tres modales expresan posibilidad en algo, right? En realidad, todos estos modales son menos certeros que el must, right? Es decir, no sé, no estamos muy seguros, right? El may y el might, si bien pueden expresar posibilidad, la diferencia entre el could es cuando no estamos tan seguros de que algo sea cierto, right? Aparte de que puede que, a ver, en este ejemplo tenemos, I don't think Professor Roberts is from the United States, the United States. I think he said he came here when he was a teenager. He may be Canadian, he might come from Australia, he could be British, right? Something that those students have in common is that they're not sure. They're expressing a possibility of something. In this case, where is the Professor Robert from, right? So that could be the meaning, but I guess we saw the difference, right? May expresa posibilidad, may es un poquito más certero, ¿te acuerdas que lo habíamos dicho?
Ujú.
Right, entonces el may es para posibilidad, un poquito más de probabilidad, por porcentaje podríamos decir, y te había dado el ejemplo de it may rain, it might rain. may es más, es como un 70% y el might es como un 40%. Esa es la única diferencia, right? En porcentaje. Ahora
Ujú.
con el could también expresa menos probabilidad, posibilidad de algo, sin embargo está en pasado, right? He could be British, podría ser británico, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's continue with point number 4.
We use can't or couldn't when we're almost 100% sure that something is impossible.
I'm sorry, but you can't be serious. I'm sure you're mistaken.
All right. So we have in this case can't or couldn't. En este caso no hay probabilidad de confusión, porque en realidad el can es un modal que expresa poder en algo. Lo mismo sucede con el could, pero solo que está en pasado. Esa es la única diferencia. O sea, no los podemos confundir estos modales con estos, que es lo que se suele confundir el may y el might, porque son bien diferentes, right? El can es habilidad de algo, poder hacer algo, right?
Ujú.
Ahora, para yo indicar que no estamos 100% seguros, es decir, que algo es, estamos casi 100% seguros de que algo es imposible, es mejor decir, utilizamos cannot or could not, right? I'm sorry, but you can't be serious. I'm sure you're mistaken, right? Cuando yo digo,
Ujú.
but you can't be serious, right? Es que estoy diciéndote que es casi imposible que sea serio, right?
Ujú. Súper.
Entonces, una vez más, no hay cómo confundirse con estos modales. Eso sí, se suelen confundir el may y el might, pero este es más fuerte que este. En cambio, el could solo compite con el can. No compite, no, pero está al mismo nivel, right? Así que para decir que algo es casi 100% imposible de hacer, de realizar, de concluir, utilizamos can't or couldn't, right?
Ujú. Súper.
All right. So let's continue with number 5.
We use must not when we're a little less sure that something is impossible. We don't usually use a contraction with must not.
I heard that Nick Crawford is still trying to prove his innocence.
He must not have any proof yet.
All right, so we have negative of must, right? Must not. Must is to show when something is probably, when we're almost 100% short of probability, right? Or possibility. The negative of must is must not. When we're a little less sure, right? I mean, it's the other hand, right? It's the other extreme of must, right? That's something it's impossible. Again, it's similar to can. I mean, the negative can't. We usually don't use a contraction as with must not, right? Ahora, es lo mismo que es el otro extremo de must, que es el más fuerte, para mostrar que algo no es, o mejor dicho, que no es tan seguro que algo sea imposible, utilizamos el must not, right? No ha debido, right? No ha debido. Es un deber, pero está en negación, right? Entonces tenemos, I heard that Nick Crawford is still trying to prove his innocence. He must not, I'm showing, in this case, Anna, right, is proving, right, or maybe she's expressing that she's not sure, right, that something is impossible. In this case, that Nick Crawford couldn't have any proof yet, right?
Ujú.
All right, let's continue with point number 6.
We use may not or might not when we think something is impossible, but we aren't very sure. We don't usually use a contraction with may not or might not.
Crawford may not be innocent.
Then again, he might not be guilty. We just don't know.
All right, so we have may not and might not, the negative, right? We're gonna use them when we think something is impossible, right? But we aren't very sure, right? En realidad, en cuanto a la diferencia del must not, may not y might not, nuevamente es similar, right? No estamos tan seguros, es decir, no ha debido, puede que haya una probabilidad, pero no hay mucha probabilidad. En cambio, el may not y el might not, en realidad no estamos seguros, es como en el medio, right? No sé si me puedes entender esa partecita. Tenemos el must, que es el más fuerte. Lo mismo sucede con la negativa, right? Que no estamos seguros. Pero si yo digo may not, es decir que hay un poquito de probabilidad tal vez, right? Pero nuevamente el must not es más imposible que el may not, en otras palabras, porque el not indica imposibilidad de algo, right? O improbabilidad. Entonces el must not es más imposible, es decir, que tengo un poquito más de certeza de que algo no va a ser, de que algo es imposible. El may not es un 70 nuevamente y el might es un 40, right? Es decir, que sí hay un poquito de probabilidad. No es imposible, casi imposible como el must, right?
Super.
All right, and Crawford may not be innocent. Then again, he might not be guilty. We just don't know. Tenemos we just don't know. Es porque si bien indica imposibilidad, pero no están seguros, right? Diferente sería que diga Crawford must not be innocent, right? Then again, he must not be guilty. Es decir, que estoy indicando más imposibilidad de algo, right? All right, and let's continue with the last one. The three last ones. All right, well, basically, this is, well, we're gonna read directly oh, we have, what's this over? So, remember after the model, you can only use, yes, esto básicamente es la estructura, right? Can you please read the exercise example?
El 7.
Yes, please.
Remember, after a modal, you can only use the base form of the verb. Talia must be exhausted. She's working so hard.
Thank you. In this case, we know, right, that we use the modal must, right, and the verb be, right? Yes, give me a second. All right, the coordinator talked to me. Give me a second. Yes, all right. So in this case, we're using the modal must and the verb in its base form, right? Talia must be exhausted. She's working so hard. So I'm using the modal and the base form. Esto es algo que pasa con todos los modales. Habíamos dicho, utilizamos el modal y siempre va en su forma base, por más de que hable en tercera persona. Es una regla general, right? All right. In questions, we usually use could with the, okay, algo que es bien importante, solo utilizamos el might, por ejemplo, o el may para preguntar algo súper politely, right? Tenemos el uso de could. What do you think? Could Crawford be guilty? Pero por lo general no se utiliza, a no ser que especialmente el must no se utiliza para pregunta. De preferencia utilizamos el could. Ahora, si vamos a pedir permiso, por ejemplo, para hacer algo, utilizamos may. Right? May I go to the bathroom? To the bathroom, right? Do you get it?
Yes.
Thank you. And can you please only the conversation?
A ver. What do you think? Could Crawford be guilty? Who knows? He might be.
All right, thank you. So we're using could in question, and then it's up to you, right? What are you gonna answer? You could say he might be, right? What do you think? Could Crawford be guilty? Who knows? He might be, right? Entonces, en realidad, en las respuestas cortas utilizamos el be, right? Y en su forma base, he might be, directamente, right? Or he could be, right?
Super.
And we have this other conversation. Can you please read it?
Could Jackie really have an agent? She could. Anything's possible.
Thank you. So when a question has a verb other than be, in this case, we have, could Jackie really have an agent, right? She could, anything's possible, right? Solo utilizamos el modal en su forma, en la respuesta, right? En el caso de que cuando en la pregunta tenga otro verbo que no sea el verbo to be, right? En este caso es have, no es be. Could Jackie really have an agent? No siempre tiene que ser be. Utilizamos el modal, solo el modal, right? No puedo decir she could have, right? Directamente utilizo el modal con el que se me ha preguntado algo, right? No es necesario agregar el verbo she could have, directamente la respuesta, right?
Super.
And the last point, can you please read this conversation?
Do you think Crawford is guilty? He might be.
All right, so we can also use a verb like think to ask about a possibility. Notice that the reply still uses a modal, right? Podemos utilizar, no siempre los modales, podemos utilizar en este caso el verbo think, right? Que también es un modal, ¿no? Es un verbo, pero también trabaja como un modal por sonar politely. It sounds a little bit more politely. Do you think Crawford's guilty? He might be, right? So you have to see that in the reply, right? The answer that I'm telling you, right? Dean is selling to Alicia, right? She's, well, I guess it's he, right? Yes, it's a boy, right? So he's answering with might, with a modal, right? All right, so do you have any question maybe?
No, well.
All right, thank you. That's good to know. That's good to know then. So, all right, give me a second. All right, so tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Hoy día es miércoles, ¿no? Sí.
Ajá. Sí.
Entonces, te voy a asignar el examen el día de mañana, right? Que sería jueves. Mañana vamos a terminar de ver las lecciones y el día viernes estaríamos empezando con el módulo B, right? Vamos a seguir utilizando la misma cuenta, es decir, te lo voy a habilitar, right? Porque lo que ahorita estamos viendo es el módulo A. Te voy a asignar el examen, right? Voy a ver si es que para que no se te acumule, digo, de asignarte las tareas, porque igual de acá sacamos las notas, right? Así que el día de mañana te estaría asignando el quiz, right? Y por favor no te olvides para mañana el tema de los verbos, right? Tenemos que ya directamente acostumbrarnos a hablar, right?
Ya ver, super.
All right, thank you, Dani. Do you have any question maybe?
No, nada.
All right, thank you. That's good to know. So, I launched the pool. Can you please fill it? When it's done, let me know.
No me llegó.
No, again, give me a second. All right, maybe now.
Nada. Ahí
All
está,
right,
ahora sí. Ahora sí.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tunsker. So when it's done, let me know.
Ya está, a ver.
All right, thank you, Dani. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Gracias, you too.